Hey folks, Fernando doing another video for more survivalists, in this case reviewing the ThruNite T15, which is this little flashlight I have here. Beautiful little flashlight, gunmetal color. I really like that. I dig that quite a bit more than the standard black, which is okay, but you know, for a change, gunmetal usually is quite cool. And I've had this one for a while. Full disclosure, it has been sent to me for reviewing by the people of ThruNite. That does not change my opinion. If it's something that I do not like, I don't feel comfortable recommending, of course I don't do that. But really, ThruNite products have been very good over the years. In my experience, since I get them for free, I don't really worry that much about them breaking or not, and I haven't had one fail yet, so I feel comfortable recommending these. This one is quite nice. It's very handy. It's almost ideal little EDC flashlight. It's going by that baton format of the OLED flashlight, which is kind of similar to this, with some little upgrades. The more obvious one is that you have a USB Type-C charging port right there, which is much better than the old micro USB, which is already quite a bit in disuse. With this sort of thing, especially for an EDC flashlight, you're going to be charging your phone, you're going to be charging your flashlight, and you have an indicator there when the battery is running low. Now it's okay, so I have the blue color. If it's red, it means it needs charging, and you have that kind of nice interface right there. You also have a magnet tail, which, you know, at first I was thinking, what's the point of that? But over the years, I've learned that usually there's some metal surface somewhere, you know, hood of a car, something, usually that if not perfect, it just gets you into somewhat of an okay angle so as to make better use of the light. You have also the clip in both directions for a baseball cap or hat. You can adjust this so as to use it as a headlamp, and yeah, either direction you have that clip going there. One of the things that I like about the clicky type of lights, you know, the tail clicky light, is that it's a lot more intuitive. And it used to be that I struggled quite a bit. I still prefer, honestly, the clicky, but I understand that with a minimalistic form factor, you have to sacrifice certain things. Now, one of the solutions that I found in terms of digging around and trying to find that button is using the clip. Using the clips as to align that, and whenever I pick it up, I already know that aligned with a clip, I'm going to be having my switch to turn it on. It also gives me an extra layer of protection from accidental turning it on, because it has to be even more of a thing of putting the tip of your finger there. It is still, you know, comfortable enough as to activate with your hand, no problem. But yes, this is a nice solution instead of trying to find where that is, because it's almost like leveled precisely to avoid the accidental turning on, and you know that is a little bit harder to find if you don't use this little trick. In terms of how much lumens you have, I have it right here so as to get right to it. It's quite a bit of a powerful flashlight. You go into turbo mode, that's going to be 1200 lumens, 1212 lumens for 5 minutes. Then it scales down because of the heat, obviously, to 317 lumens for 70 minutes. Then it goes into high, medium, and low modes. 407 lumens for high, 80 minutes, 95 lumens for medium, 5.5 hours, low is going to be 7 hours, and low is going to be 7 lumens for 44 hours, sorry. It's going to be a lot of time. And Firefly, check this out, it's half a lumen for 27 days. That is great for the survival applications of if you have to go for a very extended period of time. Half a lumen is still enough to see in the dark, especially when your eyes get used to the darkness. Half a lumen is going to be enough to find your way around. And in 27 days worth of that is quite awesome. Strobe is going to be 1080 lumens for 157 minutes. The way you use it is pretty simple. Keeping it up pressed, you go into that moonlight mode or firefly mode. You do a double click and you go into the turbo mode, and you just give it a click and you just start switching, keeping it pressed, low, medium, and high, low, medium, and high, and it remembers whatever it is that you use last. So I use that one last, it's going to be remembering that one. If I give it a quick triple click, I go into a strobe mode. So pretty intuitive, I guess, especially if you're used to the line of ThruNite flashlights. Let's check it out how it looks in the dark. So we start with the moonlight mode, which is barely enough to see. We go into low, medium, and high mode, and then double clicking for the turbo mode. As you see, nice hotspot, no artifacts, no ring, and a pretty nice neutral color. So as you see, quite decent lumen output. No, it's not a fantastic thrower, but it has that internal reflector, I guess, that is focusing quite nicely. Not only that, you have a nice quality of light, with a nice spread and hotspot and so on. These are the things that you get used to, and whenever you try one of these cheaper flashlights, you see these things with all those artifacts, rings, the different, darker circles, even the coloration is a little bit more white, right? Not more white, more cold and a little bit more bluish. This one has a more accurate color rendering in my opinion. So the nice thing, it's maybe more of a neutral white. This is more of a cold white, but with cheaper LEDs you end up having these things like it looks more blue in the center, that sort of thing. But this is of course a higher end flashlight. You have the light letting you know if you need to charge it or not. When it's red, you need to charge that again using that cable or your phone charger. So it's a quite handy little flashlight. I've honestly been using it as my EDC light, and it's gonna be sticking around for that. I like it quite a bit. I like the gunmetal, I like the form factor, how compact it is, how powerful it is, the options of the different lumens depending on what I need. Usually when going to bed and not to bother the wife with a bright flashlight, just using the moonlight mode, go in bed without waking up everyone with a 1000 lumen flashlight, right? Guys, that's gonna be all for now. I hope you enjoyed the little video. You have the links there below if you're interested in it. It's a quite nice flashlight. In general, I like ThruNite products, and maybe this is one of my favorite ones I've tried in recent times. See you in the next video. Take care.